Hey guys, Sean Lentz here from Appalachian DIY, and today I'm going to show you guys how to shoot grade for a sloped driveway. So what I have behind me here is a driveway that I roughed in about 2 years ago. There was nothing here before, so we kind of dug away from the bank or the hillside, kind of leveled this off really quick. That way I could get up and down with my tractor in winter. But the problem is right here in the beginning, we have a really steep hump to get up to the flat part. And I'd like to level everything off and make it one grade the entire way. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. We have a grade stake in here at the bottom where we'd like to start off, and we're going to get up to the garage where it's flat and make that one slope the whole way up like that. The first thing we're going to do is from this grade stake, we are going to take a measurement all the way to the top, and we're going to mark it off in 4-foot increments. Okay, so what we have now is we have 12 marks measured out all the way from our starting point to our end point here. We're at 96 feet. We're at 8-foot intervals. So what we need to do now is we need to take a measurement with our laser level, our rotary laser level, measure from our end point and our starting point and see what we got. What we can do now is we can measure our end point here at 96 feet and also our starting point to get our finish and start point elevations. Right here at 96, I can't get my sensor to read, so we got to come down here a little bit. I can get it to read here. My sensor is about 4 inches in height to where it's dead center, so I'm just going to call our 96-foot mark dead zero. That's pretty close, it's rough enough. And what we can do now is we can go down and start at our starting point and get that elevation. So we're down here at our start point. We have this grade stake in here. It is exactly 12 inches out of the ground. I don't have a 12-foot story pole, I have an 8-foot. So we're just going to measure off of this, see where our height is, and we'll just add another foot for it. So we're at 2 inches in addition to our foot stake here. So we're gonna call this 9 foot 2 inches for our bottom elevation. Okay, so this is what we got. We have our start here at 0. And we went all the way up to 96 feet in 8-foot increments. So we have 1, 2. So here we're ending at 9 foot 2 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 9 foot 2 inches divided by 11. That'll give us 11 sections up to here. And we can find 2 divided by 12 is 1.666. So what we're going to do is 9.166 divided by 11 gives us 8.3333 repeated. We're going to multiply that by 12 inches. So that gives us 9.999 inches. So we're just going to call it 10 inches for each increment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 10 inches for our first starting point here. And then we're going to add 10 inches for each increment. So we're going to be at 1 foot 8 inches here. 2, 6. 3, 4. 4, 2. 5 feet. 5, 10. 6, 8, 7, 6, 8, 4, and then our 9, 2. So it actually works out perfectly like that. So once we have this figured out, we can go back outside and we can mark at our 8-foot increments what we need to dig down to get this elevation. And what this is going to do is it's going to put us here at 0, and it's going to give us a nice clean mark, even slope, all the way up to 9 foot 2 inches. So this is where these increments are going to be at for your slope. So all we're going to do is we'll go back out to our driveway. We'll get some stakes and we'll mark this off what each grade elevation needs to be. Alright, so what we have set up here is I have grade stakes staked out at our end point here and all the way down to our start point with a mason line strung in between. That way we get a nice clean line. This line references how far back I want to dig and widen out the driveway. So our grade stakes are going to be put in here. So what we're going to do is right here where we have our 8 feet marks, we're going to put a grade stake in there. We're going to take some ribbon, and what we have calculated out for each grade stake, we're just going to write it on the grade stake right here onto this ribbon. That way when we're excavating, these marks are going to be missing. We still have a reference off of how deep we need to be exactly at this mark. So we're going to put grade stakes all the way down here and write on what they need to be for our depth. Alright guys, that's a wrap for this video. We have our grade stakes staked out, we have our line set up. So when we go and rent our excavator, we know exactly where we need to go back to dig out. We also know the depth every 8 feet for how far we need to dig down, or if we need to fill in a spot. Now I know I'm going to hear this in the comments below, so I'll address it right now. If you guys don't have a rotary laser, go rent one. They're super cheap to rent for the day. If you don't want to rent and want to do it even cheaper, do it with a line level. Get a long 2x4, stake it at one end, tie it at the top, and then go to 0 at your other end. And then all you do is measure down from your line, down to your start point, end points, and then just make your measurements off of that. Super cheap, super simple. There's multiple ways to do this. This is going to give us a nice straight road, and it's going to be perfectly sloped the entire way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and head over to Appalachian DIY for more videos. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you next time.